The world of indie games on PC can be pretty insane. And when it comes to fan projects, it can open up your world to, well, basically endless amounts of gaming. I've talked about plenty of fan games on this channel, but I never really narrowed it down to a specific series of games. And since I happen to be a huge Zelda fan, it seems like a match made in heaven. So I came up with 10 fan projects that I thought would be a good jumping off point. And for all of you Steam Deck players out there, I tested all of these games out. Not only were they easy to install or get up and running on EmuDeck, they also ran perfectly too. Starting off with A Mirror of Worlds. Now here's a new one, made by the 3 Dude, the same creator behind Perils of Darkness. Not only does this ROM hack match the size of the original game, it also mixes up the formula a bit to make it more of a dungeon-centric, more like Metroidvania, with item progression being more of a focus. One example would be some dungeons containing a crucial item to progress elsewhere instead of a Triforce piece. New story, visual cues for bombable walls and burnable bushes, completely overhauled graphics that look like early 16-bit games, just everything you can think of. You also get multiple difficulty options as well, in case the bullshit difficulty of the NES is a little bit intimidating. I mean, I'm playing on easy mode and it's still kicking my ass. I have no shame in it. You can pick this one up straight from romhacking.net. I'll leave a link in the description, and it's super easy to patch and throw it up on RetroArch. Our next game is Zelda's Adventure by John Lay. The evil Ganon has captured young Link, and only the princess can rescue him. The journey will be difficult and filled with many challenges and mysteries. So, in the early 90s, Nintendo made a deal with Philips to develop 3 Zelda titles. The first 2 were side-scrolling platformers similar to Zelda 2, but the third was a traditional top-down action-adventure game. Well, John Lay here decided to port the original CDI, but not only that, completely remake it in the art style of Link's Awakening in the Oracle games. I've been really enjoying this game for the first time, and you can pick this up from itch.io. Again, link in the description. Now we have Link's Awakening DX HD, and I'm sorry Nintendo, but this is the definitive way to play this game. Not only do we have proper widescreen, better resolution, and quality of life, this remaster is visually stunning overall. I love the almost HD 2D look of it, with subtle effects like sprites having shadows to them. And don't worry, if you don't like the zoomed out look, you can go into the options and turn it back to the original as well as keeping it widescreen. There's also a ton of other options. You could straight up go Master Quest in the options if you want. Another remaster, and this is more of a minimal remaster, is Zelda 3. It's basically a fan game that does one thing, and that's giving you the option to change the aspect ratio, without stretching of course. If you haven't played this classic 90s masterpiece yet, this is for sure the best way. Just make sure you go into the config file and change the aspect ratio, otherwise it's just the original game. I was kind of wondering, like, what the hell is going on, but yeah, you have to change it manually. Now, if you want a fresh take on Link to the Past, Dungeons of Infinity turns it into a roguelike game. Fully procedural, making a new adventure every time, tons of new weapons and boss fights. This is one of those games that's just easy to pick up and play. It has an arcade feel to it, and it's just always a fun time. Moving on, we have a favorite of mine, and this is for if you want more of a vanilla experience. Ship of Harkinian is one of the best fan games I've had the pleasure of playing. This is the remaster that Nintendo would never give you. Tons of gameplay options like randomizers, rupee rush where you have to constantly collect rupees in order to stay alive, hyper mode that makes the enemies faster, master quest, full analog camera, and if you throw shader glass on here, you can make it look even better. Want to make it cel shaded? Well, you can do that. It almost gives it a Wind Waker pastel look to it. Or, my favorite, just put some glow on it. You can't tell me this doesn't look amazing right here. Overall, it's a fresh take on a classic masterpiece, and it's a must-play for any Zelda fan. And Majora's Mask Recompiled is basically the same thing. A fully native PC port of another classic, with all of the settings and high quality life, you can think of. High frame rate, widescreen, even ultra widescreen support. Gyro aiming, analog camera, it's all here. And it has full mod support, so you can customize your experience however you want. Jumping back over to ROM hacks, Ocarina of Time has seen no shortage of fan games in the hacking scene. The Missing Link is awesome because it bridges the gap in between Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, following Link on his quest to find Navi. Searching for his fairy friend, it quickly becomes a rescue mission, and if Link doesn't find Navi soon, the entire world will be at risk. I'm just reading the description here. Now, even though this ROM hack is pretty short, it'll take you about 3 to 4 hours to beat, but all of the handcrafted environments, the choreographed cutscenes, new music, and even a new gameplay mechanic, this game was so good it felt like an official expansion pack, and it is extremely lore friendly too. Next, we have Ultimate Trial. New characters, locations, music, custom enemies, upgradable equipment, new story, difficulty options. Link and Navi find themselves deep within the Lost Woods. I'm just gonna keep on doing this voice until they stumble upon a mysterious stronghold. And this is where the game takes place. This is another one of those arcadey roguelike experiences. Well, not quite roguelike, maybe roguelite. But it's one of the best ROM hacks for Ocarina of Time, and it's a must-play for Zelda fans. And last but not least, Zelda, Sands of Time. And this ROM hack is absolutely massive. I haven't beaten it yet, but I've seen plenty of Let's Plays, and we're talking about a 20+ hour campaign. The story is more of a what-if scenario, with Ganon ruling over Hyrule again. We got a ton of new areas like Steel Town, Goblin Mountains, the Abyss, unique challenges, gameplay mechanics, hidden collectibles, and because this game is so incredibly ambitious, I have heard people say the quality isn't always amazing, with some frustrations in a few pointless areas, but it doesn't seem like it was enough to completely sour the experience. I just wanted to throw that out there because your experience may vary with this one. But that's it for me. Last week I started playing this amazing little Zelda-inspired indie game called Spindle, which I'll throw up on screen here, and it just made me really nostalgic for the days of classic Zelda. Even though I really enjoyed Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom not so much because it kind of burned me out with the open-air design, I'm always going to be a classic Zelda fan. And here on PC, I've been able to kind of relive those glory days in a way. So that's what inspired me to make this video. There's a lot of insanely ambitious fan projects out there, and I wanted to show off some of my favorites. But yeah, happy gaming, and I'll catch you in the next one. Later.